Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. And today we are going to be talking about the new updated Gossamer Gear 60 liter pack, the Mariposa. So they did just come out with an updated model. And these are just going to be my initial thoughts of it. I obviously haven't taken it on a long carry yet. And yeah, I'm wearing gloves in this video because I wasn't sure whether I was going to return the pack and just wanted to be respectful and kind of keep it as clean as possible. But for the most part, the pack has all the same features. The one long pocket, the two on the side. It's a 60 liter carry pack, but they do now offer it in two different colors. As you can see pictured here, just sort of like a forest green, but it still has that big mesh pocket on the front, and everything else is very similar, but I'm gonna get into the details of what's different. So today guys, I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the new updated Gossamer Gear Mariposa. Unfortunately, my other pack was stolen, which I'm going to talk about later in another video, but for now we're just going to be discussing the updated Mariposa, and they've made some changes which I'm not really sure how I feel about them yet, but I'll just go over them so you know what you'd be looking at. The one big difference is the hip belt. So the hip belt, now thankfully I had bought like a couple extra hip belts last year. The hip belt, the webbing, this is the last year's model, okay, which I love. It's very, very thick, it's very padded, but it's only about 1 inch thick of the webbing that goes around your waist. The new model is 1.5 inches thick, which actually will make for a more comfortable, carry. But if you notice over here on the sides, one of the signatures, at least in my experience with Gossamer Gear, the padding that they had on their hip belts. I have to just push this. Oh, this is the old style. Kind of hard to see them both next to each other, but it is a big difference. Obviously, you're not here to feel it, but it's the old style is much thicker, and in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is much more padded and comfortable. I'm not really sure why they did this, as far as if it had to be done because of the new thicker webbing. It also runs true with the padding on the shoulder straps, which again, to me, but personally, that's one of the things that I loved about it, was this padding that was just so thick and comfortable that also was sported on the shoulder straps, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, that are familiar with the previous Mariposas and other packs by Gossamer Gear. This one harder and it's not as comfortable, but I guess that's going to be individualistic. The standard Mariposa will come with a medium hip belt, which actually has a broader range of sizes, so it'll fit a person with a size 28 waist all the way up to a 45 waist. Whereas like last year, I had to buy the small size hip belt in order to get a good fit. They have made, those are the main changes. So the medium hip belt that's included now is more versatile for more people, and now they also do sport this new color, which you can get it in green or the standard gray that you're used to. As far as everything else goes, the sit pad is also slightly different. I usually upgrade to the airflow sit pads, but this one has it's porous, whereas the other one was just the regular cone shape, so it might be a better working one, maybe more airflow. Personal preference, but other than that, there aren't any big major changes aside from the color. Now you can have different colors. The shoulder strap padding and the hip belt padding are different, and I know that's going to make a difference to some people. Again, it might not make any difference to other people. That I just wanted to mention it because these are the things that were jumping out at me. The webbing is a 1/2 inch thicker, which is nice. And that will be more comfortable as far as, around your waist. But as far as, if you have bony hips or if you do carry more weight, this is definitely a lot thinner. Obviously, haven't had a chance to really use this yet. So again, these are just initial point outs. I still wanted to make the video and show you guys just some of the differences. And, I am glad that they have the some of the old hip belts, even though they have the smaller webbing. Probably going to keep this pack, and because I like Gossamer Gear, I think they make great products. It's a lightweight pack. The weight is basically the same, so you know, if you're interested in the weights, it's basically the same as the old version. And as far as differences, those are the main though. You know, if you were really a huge fan of like they're really comfortable shoulder straps and hip belt straps, you know, this might be just something to consider. You know, you might want to get the pack and try it on, put some weight in there and feel it out, and see what you think how it would carry on a long carry. Again, these are just some of the main differences that were jumping out at me. I know that they have put a lot of time and effort into designing these packs, so there's probably a lot of things I don't understand why they did certain things. I'm looking forward to using this pack more. I think it looks great. It's a beautiful color. I love the new color designs. And yeah, looking forward to sharing more about how this pack turns out. I also have to say that Gossamer Gear's customer service is just top notch. It's some of the best I've ever talked to or worked with. I wanted to also mention a little bit more about the hip belt and the changes there. Apparently it's a more unisex style fitting, and the pockets have also been modified to be larger on all the different sizes. So there have been some good changes there, and I just was saying that I personally like the other padding better. I also wanted to mention that I did purchase this pack. I have no official affiliation with Gossamer Gear or anything like that. I just really happen to like their products. I think they make great gear. And so yeah, that's why I wanted to give this a shot. And now I have used it since I made the first part of the video, and I do like it overall. I do kind of wish that especially the hip belt, the shoulder straps, they are a little stiffer, but they're okay. But I do kind of wish that the hip belt had the old padding with the new wider webbing. That would be perfect, in my opinion. But again, this is going to be personal preference. I will be making a more in-depth review after I've had a chance to use it more and take it on some longer haul hikes, so stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.